Hello and good evening. Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Lagos State government flags off Public Service Week celebration. Britain, United Nations train police and SCDC officers on explosive ordnance risk education. On the foreign scene, Israel launches airstrikes at financial association linked with Hezbollah in Lebanon. And in sports, heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois set for rematch with Anthony Joshua. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State government has flagged off the 2024 Public Service Week celebration with health screening and 3 million naira donations to orphanage homes. Speaking at the event, Lagos State Head of Service Olabode Aguru said the governor's Sanwo-Olu administration prioritizes the health and well-being of its workers. Agoro also commended the state's public servants for their donations, which include food items to support charity organizations due to the economy downturn in the country.
But Lagos State were always first, and this is just an example. So the health screening, based on the fact that Lagos State government takes seriously the health and well-being of the civil servants. That's why you can see all facets of healthcare facilities here. Mental health also is there, so it's all round.
Also, the Permanent Secretary, Health District 1, Olufumilayo Bankole, said the screening is to ensure civil servants have informed decisions about their health status.
The importance of screening is that you can detect diseases and health conditions that can be life-threatening and those ones that can also lead to disabilities like hypertension, diabetes. We're also getting nutrition advice, wellness advice, free medical consultations.
The screening exercise includes eye care, tuberculosis, blood pressure, blood donation, health education, among others. The Lagos State Ministry of Justice has announced plans for a 2-day strategic stakeholders meeting scheduled for October 23 and 24 in Ikeja with the theme Enhancing Collaboration for Effective Justice Delivery. Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General Lawal Pedro, who announced this, said the meeting aims to strengthen cooperation among various agencies in a bid to improve law enforcement and justice administration across the state. Pedro noted that the meeting follows recommendations from the Lagos Justice Summit held earlier this year, where key stakeholders emphasized the need for greater coordination within the justice system. According to him, the summit underscored the importance of interagency collaboration as a critical step towards ensuring that justice is both effective and accessible to all residents of Lagos State. The commissioner emphasized the importance of continued dialogue and collaboration among all stakeholders to build a more efficient and equitable justice system, stressing that media coverage plays a vital role in promoting transparency and accountability. Lagos State government has again demonstrated its commitment to promoting leadership development and empowerment of young girls, ladies, and women by providing financial support for the winners of the Speak Her Conference 2024 competition. The Speak Her Conference, co-founded by Ayo Mairo Esse and Rolake Akengugbe Filani, aims to help young girls find their voices and step onto greater platforms through effective communication. The competition themed Take the Win, Win with Words. The competition themed Take the Stage, Win with Words was attended by the Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Toke Benson Awoyinka, who represented Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to initiatives that promote women's development. As a demonstration of support, Governor Sanwo-Olu announced a 10 million naira donation for all conference participants, while the commissioner, on behalf of the ministry, presented a 5 million naira prize to the Speakathon overall winner. Communities, civil societies, and trade unionists on the African continent have amplified the call for equitable access to safe and clean water, free from the influence of corporate control and the dangers of privatization. They made this call at a press conference organized by the Our Water, Our Right African Coalition, OWARAC, to herald the 2024 Africa Week of Action against water privatization. According to the stakeholders, water privatization leads to the rising cost of water and endangerment of livelihoods such as fishing, farming, among others. Hence the need to ensure water justice for all.
The fight for water justice is, at its core, rooted in the fight for democracy itself. We need our governments to put the needs and rights of the many over the greed and extraction of the few.
Privatization is bad for our economy, it's how it's bad our lives.
Having this consciousness in the mind of the public that there is a significant problem with attempts to privatize water is very important.
Delivering the press text for the Week of Action, Program Officer, Water Campaign for the Corporate Accountability Public Participation Africa, CAPA, Sega Ikba, said through engagements with communities and policymakers, OWARAC intends to end corporate acts that deprived citizens of water, exposed them to diseases, and further widening the poverty gap.
The human right to water for all Africans must be protected and fulfilled. Water justice and social justice more broadly requires us to prioritize public welfare over private profits. Participatory approach to water governance and government's commitment to public solutions to the continent's water challenges are necessary.
Earlier, Executive Director of CAPA, Akimbode Uluwafemi, control the 24th African Week of Action against water Now to the rest of the stories. The United Kingdom government, in collaboration with the United Nations Mine Action Service, has provided explosive ordnance risk education training to 75 officers from the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. The inaugural training was held in Maiduguri, Borno State. Senior Communications and Public Diplomacy Officer at the British High Commission, Abuja, Atunuke Akonde Alebe, in a statement, said the program aimed to equip the police and NSCDC officers with the necessary skills to educate at-risk communities about the dangers of unexploded ordnance, thereby reducing the risk of casualties. Chief of the UN Mine Action Program in Nigeria, Edwin Fagmani, noted that the collaboration with the police and NSCDC facilitates the delivery of essential safety messages to hard-to-reach areas. Defense Headquarters has issued a stern warning to individuals or groups advocating for a military takeover in Nigeria, emphasizing that such actions are treasonable under the Constitution. The military reaffirmed its loyalty to President Bola Tinubu's administration and its commitment to upholding democracy in the country. In a statement issued by the Director of Defense Information, Tukur Gusau, the military made it clear that the armed forces of Nigeria remains focused on their statutory duties, which include protecting the nation's territorial integrity and ensuring peace and security. Gusau noted that the relative peace being enjoyed in the country is a result of the president's support for the military and the dedication of the armed forces leadership. He reassured Nigerians that the military, in collaboration with other security agencies, will take all necessary measures to prevent attempts at unconstitutional change. Now to foreign news. Israel has carried out airstrikes targeting branches of a financial association linked with Hezbollah in the southern suburbs of Lebanon's capital, Beirut, as well as the south and east of the country. There were chaotic scenes in parts of Beirut late on Sunday as people tried to get to areas that they thought would be safer, and multiple explosions were heard. The Israeli military said it targeted money held by Al-Qad Al-Hassan Association. It offers financial services to civilians in areas where Hezbollah has strong support, but Israel and the United States accuse it of being a cover for the Iran-backed group to fund its activities. The attacks appeared to mark an expansion of Israel's war against Hezbollah, going beyond military infrastructure used by the group. Meanwhile, Israel has commenced an intense air campaign and ground invasion against Hezbollah after almost a year of cross-border fighting sparked by the war in Gaza, saying it wanted to ensure the safe return of tens of thousands of residents of Israel, of Israeli border areas displaced by rocket attacks. Now, sports. International Boxing Federation (IBF) World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Daniel Dubois has expressed his readiness to once again face former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in the highly anticipated rematch. Dubois, in an interview, said he was ready to show the world he was king. If not Joshua, the 27-year-old will try and avenge his defeat to Alexander Usyk if the Ukrainian is able to beat Tyson Fury in their rematch in December. Last month, Joshua's bid to become a three-time world champion and return to the division's top table ended dramatically and unexpectedly, with Dubois dropping him several times at Wembley Stadium in front of 98,000 fans. He then landed the final blow, a crunching right hand in round 5 that left Joshua sprawling on the canvas for a fourth career loss. And that's all for the news at 6. Always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 1,000 accountants on the 2020 Financial Act? You can get more details on the Lagos State government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has flagged off 2024 Public Service Week celebration with health screening and 3 million naira donations to orphanage homes. The United Kingdom government, in collaboration with the United Nations Mine Action Service, has provided explosive ordnance risk education training to 75 officers from the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. We also told you that Israel has carried out airstrikes targeting branches of a financial association linked with Hezbollah in the southern suburbs of Lebanon's capital, Beirut, as well as the south and east of the country. And in sports, International Boxing Federation (IBF) World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Daniel Dubois has expressed his readiness to once again face former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in the highly anticipated rematch. For contacts with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adibeshing. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.